Welcome to Spiritual Awakening family. There is a huge shift in the air for divine couples and twin flames. This shift is unstoppable now. The feminine is rising. The divine feminine is remembering who she is. There is almost a path that only her spirit knows, but it communicates with her consciousness more and more, so she understands that it's not really unknown and isn't afraid anymore. Her intuition and higher forces are leading her way. For twin flames, their masculine counterpart's spirit is helping too. He is opening doors and comforting her when she takes steps, even if this doesn't happen in the tangible world. This comes in a very subtle way, and all twins are now asked to listen to the voice of their counterpart. It feels like new, but it isn't, and was always available along the way, but they weren't ready yet to believe in what they could hear. The gifts of the sacred feminine are slowly unveiling, and this step is key to the next phases of the twins' journey, as sacred lovers only meet and reunite for good where their vibrations are high enough. As the divine feminine is building strength, finding faith, trust and surrender, her heart opens and it becomes strong and serene enough to receive the essence of the divine masculine, which she doesn't fear anymore. The lessons of the twin flame journey. For twin flames, this is truly not the time to abandon the idea and dream of a reunion because the past was too hard or too much. Most of the time this period of time, and especially this fall, have asked us to completely surrender to not knowing, not seeing and not hearing from the beloved. That was meant to happen. It was the murder of the 3Ds type of relating, electronic devices. The motto was, if you can embrace to love in higher dimensions, then you can be an emblem of living in the 5th dimension. On the opposite, if you stay stuck in 3D issues, worries and fears, that love will never work out because it wants you to rise and meet the beloved in higher realms. That was meant to be as a test from the universe. If you can handle the lack of tangible connection and take up the challenge of discovering and being happy in this new one, you've mastered yourself enough and stepped out of neediness, daily smothering support and codependency. Even if this can be hard to believe sometimes, I can tell you that the higher selves of masculine twins have never let us down. Still, feminine counterparts seem to be waiting, inner contemplative and somehow outside the world's way, wondering when this step of separation and personal growth is going to end. It will. I now recall a meditation that I've done a while ago. Many people were running a race and I was sitting on a bench, dreaming and wondering when to start running and also where to go. Why aren't you running with us? My twin stopped next to me and asked. I'm heartbroken, I answered. But we love you, he responded. He left to go back to the race and I couldn't move from the bench. Then he came back a few minutes later and said, I'll never let you down. I said I know, and I started to run with the others. This works for all of us. All twin flames. All that has happened was an illusion. The separation itself is an illusion. If you communicate with your twin soul, you'll see that everything is fine. So, what has been going on? We've embraced the void. We were asked to get ready because growth was needed on the feminine side too. This couldn't happen without truly falling down, reading our depths and our shadows for good. We needed to face it all that we didn't want to see, and in a very short amount of time. There is no tremendous growth and inner healing without extreme and intense releases. There are no intense releases without truly seeing what hurts, without stopping to keep busy in order to avoid to feel. There are no intense releases without pain, tears, fears and separation. The truth is, the divine feminine couldn't rise that fast and that beautifully if counterparts had always been together. All this was an organized play of love. All this was already decided, already written. It was meant to be that way, or twin flames couples could never become the example of the new paradigm, as they will be soon. Twin flames couples are supposed to be the bridge between the old and the new, tangible examples of couples, families, children and houses that work even and precisely because they don't follow the old rules and society's expectations. So, how could such couples exist in the tangible world if they were still behaving from their ego? All this needed to be destroyed. That's why we, twin flames couples, have been hard on each other sometimes. Nobody could do what she has done. The pain that she has caused so that you could truly face yourself. Nobody else in the world could. Nobody could make us pull away all the layers that prevented from seeing the jewel at our core. Counterparts were chosen exactly because they unconsciously know exactly what to do so that all the masks fall and all past hurts, childhood namely, come back up to our consciousness to be ultimately released. Strong souls were required to take all the steps and finally behave from their heart. Some will tell you that love doesn't hurt. I understand this statement, but it couldn't apply at that time for twin flames. Oftentimes, love protects but not always in a good way. Codependency patterns in particular prevents people to see the grayest parts of themselves. They protect them from seeing the truth. They put a bandage on their scars, but the truth is, the wounds aren't healed. Their healing is simply postponed or never addressed. It's like, you don't want to hear a story, so you throw the book away because you know that it will hurt you, challenge you, take you to places within where you don't want to go. Even if reading the book is hard, reading that book is the solution, because once it's done and the pain faced, healed and released, it never comes back. That's what twin flames ascension is all about. We couldn't have risen that high if things had unfolded smoothly. We are meant to be examples of the new order. That's why strong souls are needed. We've tested and we've mastered the test. Those souls are strong and have been chosen because they could do it. The universe never presents challenges that one can't overcome. We were chosen because they knew that we could only succeed, that we could heal loads and everything in the name of love. Such a tremendous healing was required because we needed to pull out all the layers and ultimately behave from our core, which is our heart. This, for both feminine and masculine counterparts, all the negative layers of guilt, fear of love and opening up for love, fear of giving or receiving, fear of finding the right one that would understand any of our thoughts, fear of living in joy, inability to believe that true love could find us or that we could be up to it. All these negative beliefs were meant to be deleted from our minds. Also, the I can't live without him, her couldn't come on board because we needed to find out our own power and see that no human being is unable to live in joy because love was taken away from them. We needed to experience that love and freedom comes from within. We needed to see that unconditional love can't be given until we aren't entirely at peace with ourselves. We needed to face that we don't need any outside bandage if we can heal and be happy on our own. We are on this path because we can. You are strong enough to experience reunion or you wouldn't be reading these lines. We've now reached the blank page state. It's all white and empty. All can be restarted anew. Before was too early because before would have meant settling on a too low vibrations ground. The soul's connection that's now becoming tangible and perceivable is the only thing that truly matters and that shall be developed. This communication is unbreakable and can be found anytime, no matter what. This guidance melts with your own to become one. There is nothing to worry about, think, try to explain or wonder. Things will unfold on their own now. I hope you liked the video. Welcome to your channel. Don't forget to check out the other uploads.